There we go. Okay. We're going to take a look at our assignments that got turned in on Friday because we are starting a new week. Let me make sure Elmo's going to work for us. Doesn't always like to, especially on Mondays. I think he gets a little grumpy over the weekend. Fingers better be crossed. Stay crossed. Yes, I see Montserrat's fingers are crossed. Thanks, Montserrat, for having my back. Oh, and Maddie's. Oh, and Natalie's. Okay, good. Maybe we'll make it. There we go. All right, let me share my screen with you so you can see how you did this weekend or this Friday. Most of us turned it in on Friday. I'm going to zoom in for you. Hold on, you guys. Get this out of the way. Gotcha. Okay, so here is the results from Friday. I put the tiger picture on here, but remember that that wasn't something that really had to get turned in. And I didn't check that again this morning. So if you did turn in your tiger drawing over the weekend, I will check again. I just didn't do it yet this morning. Remember that if you do that tiger drawing and you post a picture of it, I will give you some extra credit and it'll go into your language arts part of your grade because the speaking and listening grade that you guys get is in your language arts grade. So if you would like to draw that tiger and turn it in, it could help your language arts grade come up.
Yeah,
so,
I didn't post it.
Braxton, was that you?
I did it, I just didn't post it.
Okay, well make sure you do today, okay? I'm gonna drag it up from Friday so that it stays with us this week. So if you wanna do the tiger, totally can, okay? I've got Aaliyah, Amara, Ashton, Amy, Bentley, Brandon, Braxton, Christian, Hade, Haiti, Jonathan, Leo, Maddie, Montserrat, Natalie, Polo, Valeria, Wyatt. How many was that? Are we counting? No. Well, let's see. There are 22 of us. And let's count up how many people didn't get everything turned in. Okay? So we've got Billy, Daniel, and Michael. So what's 22 minus 3?
19.
19. We're starting off our week with a 19. There it is. You can't see it. 19 people. Gonna give you 3 marbles for that.
Did Bentley go to his conference?
No, I only had 1 conference on Friday and I didn't do it. So, no. All right. So 19 people, congratulations. Last week we talked about how today what we're gonna do is we are going to take our math test. Now, when I say that, some of you probably remember what it was. Amara probably has no idea because she wasn't here last year. But if you remember, it's the test that's on the computer. There are usually 3. We have to take a reading one, language. This year, they've been very nice to our little COVID selves, and they've said we only have to take the reading one and the math one. So that's good. 1 less test for us to have to take today. But that is what we're going to spend our time doing today. Now, I have a deal in my real class, which is if I don't teach math, you don't have math homework. So that means you do not have a math assignment to do today. Yay! So we are going to spend our time together today taking this math test, and I'm going to explain to you how that's going to work because we've never done anything, like a map test on Zoom. So we'll talk about what that's going to look like, okay? Braxton, I see your hand. What's your question, babe?
Wait, you said the map test. We're going camping pretty far where there's like no internet. So are we gonna do it in class today?
Yes, we're going to do it in class today. Well,
All right.
on Zoom today.
Okay.
And then we're not going to take one tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow we're going to take a little break. Then Wednesday we'll take the math one. Okay?
I'll be leaving on Wednesday probably. So.
I see your hand. What's up?
You talking to me?
Yep, Jonathan.
Over the weekend, I just remembered I got this. It's a World of Warcraft sword.
That is very exciting. I am very excited about that. Congratulations.
I've already hit my sister at least once with it.
Probably a little harder would be good for the next try. Just kidding. All right, so I have announced that we do not have a math assignment to do today because we are taking our math test. So let me show you what you do have to turn in today, because you do still have 4 things. So let's take a look. They're all pretty easy, but there are 4 things still. So we've got a journal to turn in today. It's kind of your usual check-in about your weekend. How'd your weekend go? What'd you get to do? All those kinds of good questions. For your Flipgrid today, you just need to comment on one person. Okay, only one person. It says, oh, I didn't change that. It says, today I need you to go and watch 2 of your friends' Flipgrid posts. It should say 1. I want you to comment on one person's video. If you still haven't made yours from Friday, be sure to do that first. The only people who didn't turn in Flipgrid were Billy and Daniel. Everybody else turned in their Flipgrid, so pretty good. So to get the 5 points on today's assignment, you need to respond to a specific thing they say. You guys are getting better at this. What you used to do was, yeah, Polo, I agree. Or, yeah, Maddie, me too. So you got to be more specific if you want all 5 points. What do you agree with? Or how do you feel the same? Miss Hunter did a really good job on this. Look, I couldn't even count when I made it. Look, 1, 3. This must have been a good Friday when I was making this. When you turn in your assignment, tell me who you commented on so I can find your comments easily. Okay, pretty simple. Should take you about 1 minute and 30 seconds. Maybe. So we've got a journal, a Flipgrid comment. Here, you don't have to do anything for this assignment except for take a picture of your Cliff Dwellers notes, unless your Cliff Dwellers notes are not complete. So what you're going to do for this assignment is you are going to make sure that you have all the information that we've discussed about the Cliff Dwellers, because like I told you, we're going to take that test this week. So if this were me, I would have my Cliff Dwellers notes right here on my desk, my lap, my whatever I'm using, and I would open up Miss Tyner's notes. Brax, need your attention this way, please. And I would make sure, I would be looking and making sure that I have all this information in, because Miss Tyner's going to take down those notes very, very soon, as in like Wednesday, and then we're going to take our test. So you want to look at your notes and you want to look at my notes and make sure that you have all the information that we talked about in class. I numbered the pages so you could keep track of what we're talking about. You need to check your notes. Once you have checked your notes and you've made sure that they are complete, then you're going to open up the doc and you're going to take your pictures of your notes and you're going to put them into the document, just like you usually do with your journal or with your math. All you're doing here is proving to me that you wrote down the information that we wrote down in class. Now, if you stayed with me the whole time and you wrote all that information down during class, this is a super easy assignment. You're going to take 3 or 4 pictures and you're going to turn it in. If your Cliff Dwellers notes are not complete, you need to complete them first. Thumb up, I got it, because that's a different assignment. We've never done anything like that before. Thumb up, I got it. I understand what I'm doing. If your notes are missing information, this is your last chance to get it written down. Okay? That should be pretty easy, assuming that you took the notes that we were talking about in class. And then the last thing, which I got to read about in many journals this morning, is the first chapter of Harry Potter number 3 is posted for you today. Uh-oh, you froze. Let's see if you come back. There you are. You froze for a minute, but you're back. If you click on the read aloud link, you guys, you're going to see that there are 2 different links. I did this for my friend Hade. My dear, dear friend Hade cannot stand the lady who reads the story because she says she can't hear her. But I know that some of you like the lady who we've been listening to because she shows you the pictures. I can't find anybody else who shows the pictures other than that lady. So I posted 2 different links. I posted the lady who shows the pictures if you want to watch her. And I posted somebody else for Hade who doesn't show you the pictures, but hopefully talks louder. So Hade, you'll have to let me know if this one works better, okay? Christian, I see your hand. What's up, buddy?
I have to use my speaker for.
See, Hade, you're not alone. Christian's with you. So Christian, you let me know if you like this one better, okay? I did that all week this week. I posted the lady with the pictures and I also posted somebody else reading. And then maybe at the end of the week, we can do a Google form where you guys vote about which one you like better. That was my idea anyway. And then you've got a quiz to take on Harry Potter. This is old news. You guys totally know how this works. You're going to click on there and take your quizzy poo. So to review, if I am a person who is up to date on my Cliff Dwellers notes, when I am done with class today, I will have a journal to write if I didn't already do it. I will have one Flipgrid comment to post. I'll take some pictures of my notes and turn them in, and I will listen to a 25-minute chapter of Harry Potter. That's a pretty nice Monday. You're welcome. Now, in exchange today, we do have a big job to do, and that big job is to take this map test. Now, I want to explain to you what the point of the map test is so you have some kind of motivation. Okay, so are you ready? Your focus is on me. You're ready? You're listening? Yes? You're with me? Okay. The map test is something that is required for our district to do. Now, what that means is all the kids at D.H. White are taking the map test. All the kids at Walnut Grove are taking the map test. All the kids at Bates are taking the map test. All the kids at Delta Charter are taking the map test. And we are taking the map test. And what the district does is they look at all the scores from all the schools and they try to see how are the schools doing. How is D.H. White doing? How is Walnut Grove doing? How is Bates doing? How is Ileton doing? And when they do that, what I want them to see is, man, those fifth graders at Ileton are kicking some butt, okay? I don't like to lose. I don't like to lose to the sixth graders. It was a tie on Friday, by the way. We both had 21 out of 22 people, 95%, a tie. I'll take a tie. I do not like to lose. You guys know that. I like to win. I like to show that my kids are the best. So on your map test, I want you to keep in mind, I want to do well on this because I want to show how well Ileton School is doing. Okay? Do I love the map test? Do I think it's the greatest use of an entire day that I would normally get to spend with you? Absolutely not. Do I wish that we didn't have to do it? 100%. I have way cooler stuff that I would like to be doing with you guys today. But it's one of those things that I can't avoid. It's my job to have you do that. I could wait and have us do it when we go back to school. And at first I thought, yeah, I'm going to do that because I don't know how well you're going to do by yourselves on the computer. I think that you would do better if we were in class. But then I thought about it and I thought, man, if we take this test in class, it's going to waste 2 whole days of real teaching. And if there's anything I've learned during COVID, it's how important real teaching is. And I am not going to waste 2 whole days on a map test in real life. Not going to happen. So we're going to take it on one of our distance learning days and we're going to do our very best on it. And we're going to move on and go on with our lives and do the next cool thing Ms. Tyner has lined up. Okay. Is this how I want us to spend today? No, it's not. But are we still going to kick this test behind? Yes, we are, because that's what tigers do. Okay. Remember when you were in kindergarten, Mr. Wright used to tell you tigers always do their best, right? So here we are. Jonathan, I see your hand, sweetheart. What's your question?
Are we taking both of them or just one?
Just one today, and then the other one on Wednesday.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna take the reading one today. It's gonna be a pain in the butt. You have to stare at that screen and read those stupid stories that you don't care about bumblebees or grass growing or cows or whatever it is. You're gonna be like, oh my gosh, this is really boring, Miss Tyner. But you're gonna just put on your big boy or big girl pants and you're gonna suck it up and you're gonna do your best, and then we'll be done with it. Okay? Now, there are a couple things I want to show you about how this is going to work today. Valeria, I see your hand, sweetheart. What's your question?
Are we gonna do it while we're in Zoom?
Yeah, we're going to do while we're in Zoom, and I'm going to explain how all that's going to work, okay? So one thing that I kind of like about the map test is that you get your score as soon as you're done. So as soon as you're done, a score is going to pop up on your screen. And what's kind of neat about that is that you can instantly tell how well you did. So when you're done today, we are going to look at your score and we're going to look and see, of course, Elmo, of course you're going to have an issue this morning. We're going to look and see where you would have fallen. Would you be a 4, a 3, a 2, or a 1? When you get your score, say you get a 205. Okay, if I got a 205, I'm going to look at this little scale right here and I'm going to say, oh, well, a 205 would be in here somewhere, in between the 201 and the 208, it'd be in there somewhere. So I scored a 2. Okay, is a 2 fantastic? Am I going to be like jumping off the walls if you get a 2? No, but I'll be pretty excited because this is a hard test. It really is hard. I'm going to guess that we're going to have very, very few 4s. I usually have maybe 1 or 2. We're probably going to have a clump of 3s, a clump of 2s, and more 1s than I would like. But the good news is, hold on, Jonathan, but the good news is this is just the beginning of the year. This is just a measure of how we're doing at the beginning. Have I taught you everything you're going to need to know to get a 4 on this test? Absolutely not. So we're going to do our best. We're going to see how we do, and we're going to move on with our lives. All right? Jonathan, what's your question?
If every single person in our class gets a 4, can we have all the marbles?
Yes, because that won't happen.
Maybe. Very slightly.
In my classroom, you guys, which hopefully we're going to get to be in pretty soon here, hopefully, fingers crossed. I have a big poster on my wall, and most of you haven't spent a whole lot of time in my classroom, so you've probably never noticed it. But you can't see it very well on my phone, and I don't care enough to try to make it clearer right now. We're just going to take a quick look at it. But I have this poster in my room. Let's see what happens if I turn my. Give it a second. And on that poster, nope, not going to get any better, are you? You're not going to get any better for them. On that poster, I have a little grid with all the different scores, the 4s, the 3s, the 2s, and the 1s. And I would normally go over and not put your name, because not everybody wants everybody to know what their score was. But like, let's say that Valeria gets a 210. So what I would do is I would just write 210 right here next to the 3s so that Valeria knows, oh, that was my 210. Look at it, that's up there in the 3s. So when we get back to class, I will put your scores up on there. So we'll be able to have our scores up on display so we can remember how we did. The MAP test is one of those ones, you guys, where we take at the beginning of the year and then we take again kind of in like February. And what we want to see is, oh, Montserrat gained 11 points in reading. Go Montserrat. That's what we're looking for. Okay. Now, I'm sure that you have some like logistical questions about, well, how in the world are we going to do this on the computer in Zoom, right? So let me explain that. Hey, Daniel. So let me explain how that's going to work, okay? Daniel, let me mark you here. So Mrs. Dolk was very brave, and she did this test like 2 weeks ago and then told me how it went. So what we're going to do today is kind of stealing from what Mrs. Dolk did and then changing a little bit to what Mrs. Dolk wishes that she did. So what we're going to do is I'm going to make one breakout room. And I'm going to put all of you in that breakout room, and Miss Amanda is going to be in there too. In that breakout room, it's going to be silent. Okay, nobody's going to go, Miss Amanda, in the middle of everything, because as soon as you do that, Valeria's like, wait, what? Right? So it's going to be silent in there. I'm going to be in the main room. Okay, I'm going to be in the main room, and what I'm going to be doing in there is helping you if you have a problem. So if I'm Amy and all of a sudden my computer shuts down and something goes wrong and I can't find my test, I'm not going to go, Miss Amanda. No, all I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the breakout room. Okay, because you guys have the power to leave the breakout room. So you're going to leave the breakout room, and what that's going to do is kick you back to the main room. And that's where I'll be. I'll be like, hello, Amy, what do you need? And Amy's going to be like, oh my gosh, Miss Tyner, my window closed and I can't find my test. And it's just a disaster. Okay. You're not going to interrupt the whole class. In that breakout room, you're going to be on mute. You're going to be silent. You're going to be doing your best to take that test. If you have a problem, you're going to leave the breakout room and come to the main room and ask me for help with your problem. Does that make sense? Now, if you get to a question and you don't know the answer and you need that kind of help, okay, same thing. You're not going to raise your hand and ask Miss Amanda. Miss Amanda is just the quiet police in the breakout room. All she's doing in there is being like, nope, you're quiet, okay? But if you need help, like, oh my gosh, I don't know what this question's asking me. Again, you're going to leave the breakout room. You're going to go back to the main room, and there I will be. And you can ask me for help on the question, okay? Does that make sense logistically? Everybody okay? Okay. The reason that we're not going the other way, the reason that you don't go to the breakout room to get help is because you guys don't have the power to go to a breakout room. You have the power to leave a breakout room. So you're just going to leave, come ask me your question, and then I'll send you back. Okay? Our goal is that it's quiet, that you're working, and that you have help. Otherwise, I would just log off with you and send you off on your own to go and take your map test by yourself. But I think that we will do a lot better if we have our classmates around us and we can see them working and we can get it if we need it. Okay? So that is the plan for today. Now, usually when we take the reading map test, it takes my class anywhere between an hour and a half and 5 hours to take this test. If you are a person who moves kind of slowly on these kinds of tests, and I don't know who that is yet because I haven't had the opportunity to teach you in real life and see. But if you are a person who moves slowly on this and you don't finish today during our 2 hours, I'm going to talk with you at the end and we'll come up with the best plan. Okay? What it might turn into is just on Friday, anybody who hasn't finished what they needed to get done for the week will work together to get it done. Okay? So I don't want you to rush through and be done in 5 minutes. That's really not going to do anybody any good. That's going to make Ileton School look pretty bad. But you also don't want to take 24 hours to finish your test. Okay? Somewhere in the middle. Okay? Now, how do I find this test, Mrs. Tyner? How do I get there? Because Ms. Tyner, I haven't taken this test in a long time and I don't remember how to do it. So what I need you to do, and if you're on a phone, I can tell Braxton is on his phone and I know Brandon is on his phone. If you're on a phone, I need you to also have your Chromebook open because we're not going to take the map test on your phone. You're going to take the map test on your Chromebook. Okay? So if you can, for me, go to Clever on your Chromebook. So remember, take me, minimize me, make me little, push me off to the side. And then I need you to go to your Clever page. This is something we've practiced a lot. So I know we all know how to do it in whatever version we have come up with to make it work. And what you're going to do is you're going to have to scroll down your Clever page. Scroll, 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 scroll. You're going to see an area that says River Delta Resources. And on there, you're going to see this little map symbol. It's literally looks like a little yellow piece of paper with a paper clip up at the top. Okay. And when you click there, it's going to look familiar. You're going to, except for Amara, it'll be new for Amara. You're going to click there and it's going to take you to the map login page. Now, to be able to log in, if you remember from back in the day, you're going to need a session name and a password. So I'm sharing those with you on the screen right now. And what I want you to do is to write them down. So I need you to find a piece of paper. You could write them in your journal. You could write them in your math notebook. You could write them on your forehead with a Sharpie. I don't care. But I need you to write down the session name and the password, just in case you have to log back in and I'm not sharing the screen with you. Okay, so if it were me, I might take I'm going to take a sticky note because I'm sitting here at my desk and I have a lot of sticky notes. And I'm going to write down on my sticky note that code, okay? So I'm going to say that my session name, you are writing this down. It's always some weird word. This one is waken. They must have known it was going to be Monday, that you would need to wake up. Waken 1879 and your password is 269. So you are finding a pencil. You can write it in your math notebook. You can write it on your left toe, wherever it is you think would be a good spot to write it down. So I just wrote mine down on this sticky note right here. So my password, my session name is Waken1879. I'm gonna make that look like a 1. Kind of might look like an L. And my password is 3269. Okay, you're writing that down. Oh, Valeria is so smart. She's just taking a picture of it. Technology has changed us. Okay. So what you need to do right now is once you've clicked on that map icon, and I'm going to remind you that the second graders have already done this. So if the second graders can find the map testing link, I know you can. So on your Clever page, you're gonna click on that map testing little icon right there, and then it's gonna prompt you to put in the session name and the password. Okay. Then once you've done that, eventually you're gonna say, yep, okay, yes, I wanna start my test, yep, okay. And then eventually it's gonna say waiting for your teacher to confirm or something like that. Amara, what's your question, sweetheart?
It doesn't say anything like the map test, anything like that.
On Clever?
Yeah.
But should, you've gotta keep looking. It's way down towards the bottom. You will find it.
Miss Tina,
What do
Jonathan.
I choose?
Jonathan, what's your question? I couldn't hear you.
which one do we go to? How do we go to student login, or how do we disable the pop-up blocking?
I don't know the answer to that, Jonathan.
Miss Tyner,
Yes, who's talking to me?
I'm already like in, and it says choose your name or click here to select begin typing or select a test.
Okay, so do what it says.
Okay.
All
And
right,
then what kind of test do I select?
should be selected for you.
Oh, all right. Never mind.
Yep, should be selected. We're
Hey,
doing-
you want us to push the little one that says map testing?
What'd you say, Maddie?
You want us to push the one that says map testing?
Yes. Miss Amanda, your ability to control your face is impressive. I'm gonna stop my record, you guys.